Hi, I'm Hannah, and this is Hannah's Handy Hints. Hopefully by now you know what we do, and you know today I have a fluffy unicorn to help me. Not pink, unfortunately, but a fluffy unicorn nonetheless. He's here to help me because I'm doing fantasy today. Lots of fantasy. He's gonna go over there, out the way for a minute. I was asked to read Tom Holts and the Seven Samurai. This was a unique book. It was really funny, really enjoyable to read, really different. A pain to find, I'm going to say. I had to troll around a few bookshops and eventually order it in. But it was a really interesting book. I'm not going to call it a comical fantasy. I'm going to say it's a fantasy with comical elements, because a lot of authors get a bit funny over that. So it's not a comedy, it is a fantasy with the odd sci-fi twist, which is quite interesting and a little bit different. It's very enjoyable. It takes the normal and the expected and makes it unexpected and interesting and new, and makes you laugh quite a lot. I laughed out loud quite a lot while I was reading this, you know. So I'd say, yeah, anything else by Tom Holts. I also read May Contain Traces of Magic, and I also read Blonde Bomb, or was it Blonde Bombshell? Not sure, but I read a couple of them. They all have the same sort of element, a bit fantasy, a bit sci-fi, was really comical, really enjoyable. So I'd say, yeah, find some more stuff by him if you haven't read it. This one was really enjoyable and very similar to Snow White and the Seven Samurai. So my first handy hint suggestion would be Terry Brooks, and anything by Terry Brooks. Terry Brooks is a really good fantasy writer with comical elements, a very similar writing style, very enjoyable characters, takes things that are normal and expected, twists them around a little bit. Not quite as sci-fi though as Tom Holts is, but still enjoyable. Fun books. This one is actually part of a series, but this is the first one, so if you can find this one, it's a good place to start. I don't know how long the series is. It goes on for quite a while, and he has a few other intercepting series and stuff like this, but you can read this one as a one-off as well. After that, I say Jasper Fforde. Jasper Fforde has a very different writing style. Not the same sort of writing style at all, but again, it's a comical fantasy kind of idea, and really enjoyable. I said it, didn't I? Oh well, yeah. Fantasy with comical elements, but still really enjoyable and different. After that, Piers Anthony. Piers Anthony has been around for a really long time, has lots of books. Although they're not easy to find, a lot of time you can find them in second-hand bookshops or charity shops, so it makes it easier to buy them when they're a bit cheaper, you know. Piers Anthony is really enjoyable and takes expected things, makes them different with a bit of fantasy, a bit of comedy, and even a bit of sci-fi again. My last suggestion for this would be anything by Ailey Martinez. Ailey Martinez is really, really funny, really enjoyable fantasy. It's really different. It takes the normal things, twists them on their head, comes up with new and unexpected ideas, and it's just really enjoyable to read. Definitely a really good follow-up to Tom Holts. And I would say reasonably easy to find, at least if you have eBay. So I have basically everything he's written. He's got about 10 books. They're all one-offs, so you can just pick them up and read them. And they are a really good, funny fantasy book to read. And the fantasy is really enjoyable as well. It's not too heavy, but not too light. Just that good combination. So hopefully that'll help you, and I'll get some more suggestions for what to read next time. Thank you for your suggestion, Chris Burnham. Bye!
Big fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Big fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows.